Okay, well, I'll tell you the truth. I'll give you the short studio version.
Yes.
David Lawns, Gary Lawns' brother, and I have made a lot of records. And David improvised on piano, and I did flute improvisations around some of these pieces. We made them up on the spot, and it seemed to go really well, and I think it had something to do with Julie being there and being very happy about what we were doing. I know she was thinking about her mom. I actually thought about her mom playing some of the flute stuff. So from the studio standpoint, it came together pretty organically. We didn't use some pieces. She didn't like some. I had some stuff that, no, I don't like it. I think we should. She was, she's a pretty good producer of what she wants. In the way, it's not like, hey, I don't want this, I don't want that. She was really great about it, but she made it real clear she didn't like some things. So fast forwarding to the performance, being an improviser of music and a concert music guy, I'm not a theater guy. So for me not to be able to say anything and play things off the top of my head and solo and improvise, that was something was not that comfortable with, but because of my commitment to Julie and her wanting me to help her out, I decided to do it. And I didn't really think my music, I didn't know how it was really gonna fit. I didn't really think the stories fit what do you want me to call it, the earth improvisational nature of what I do, because I have my own stories that I tie around my own flute music, and I looked at myself as, well, I'm a world jazz artist, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to play just these little parts here and there. There's not really enough for me to do. So as time went on, I did realize that it wasn't, like she likes to say, it's not about me, and it was about the spirit and power of the music, of her stories, and that she felt strongly about it. And I started to come around a little bit, and I think I'm doing better now, to be real honest with you, that I feel that what little contribution I'm making with some of the music, there's an interlude and a transition that works for her. So, no, this is not really me doing really what I would say do best or put my fingerprint on the music. I looking at it differently now, and it took me a while to get there. Because I said, what do I have to do with my world flute music, with personal women related stories? I don't fit this. There's not a connection there. But now I see there's a little bit more of a connection, but see, it takes time, you see. I'm just being honest with you. Hey, I got tabla guys and this, and we're swirling around, and I'm taking 10-minute solos off the cuff, and I'm talking about stuff. That's just a whole nother world. And I'm not a theater person. See, Swill Canon's used to theater because of movies, and he's been on Northern Exposure, and so he thinks like a theater guy. What an honor. Not to go back to what Swill Canum said earlier with the students, but maybe I didn't realize it was more of an honor than I think, being so close to Julie for so long and thinking I'm kind of in with the Indian people, and I'm just Gary, the guy that's the friend of, everybody in Julie's community. But wait a minute, maybe there's a different honor that I needed to look at, of how unfortunate I am to be able to sit on stage with someone like her that's opened her heart to tell these stories that wasn't easy for her to do and that she didn't really want to do in the first place. So I changed my tune, maybe not on the improvisational aspects of what I do and putting myself forward, but realizing that I need to take a step back and realize that I'm valuable in ways that I might not have thought of, making the soundtrack and even doing a few shows, which is why, fast forwarding to this show and today, I have a little different mindset and game plan and attitude going in. I'm not second guessing everything, which I'm good at, because I am always exploding and pods are going off, and I'm like a bumblebee. It's hard to get me to get the lightning in the bottle. Used to being a leader, used to being a soloist. I dictate everything. I'm the puppet master. No one puppet masters me. Wrong. You aren't the puppet master in belief. You have a completely different role that you need to look at, either accept or not accept, honor it, play from your heart, or pack up the flutes, and they should get somebody else, because you're deep down don't like it, but you're still up there. So I had to change my tune, no pun intended. Change my tune. Kind of like sidemen in music that hate the gig, but it's $150. So they're just up there. Yeah, I really like that guy. That's $150. We're done. I'm out of here. See, Julie can't have that. It's all from the heart. It's all about the spirit. She can't have negative energy to do something like Believe. And it's her show, and it's her commitment to learn all this and do it. So she needs the right people working with her. And she doesn't need anyone trying to derail any efforts, which I maybe tried to play too much music early on. Let's try this, let's try that. There's just spots where it's going to work. See, I had to learn myself. See? I mean, do jazz improvisers do theater? No. Unless they're in theater that says, you improvise. I have to admit to myself that I was not comfortable. And she knew it. And that, hey, you know something, this little bit of flute here and there, this is not, I cannot reveal my soul. This is not working. But then I had to look at the big thing. I had to have my own learning curve. I had to, kind of, sometimes I think I'm pretty smart. But see, I had the blinders on. I had to take off the blinders and soar out a little bit more and open up and realize, hey, you know something? Maybe the hard way that I had to go through a few things to get here. I had to swim upstream a little bit. Because remember, when you think you're close to something and people, you don't step back, think about what an honor it is to be on the stage with, she is an iconic figure in her own right. And sometimes I know it, but I don't. I've had to step back and look at the body of work she's done and how she's stuck with me and done projects for me because of her respect for me. Why didn't she hire an Indian flute player? Why a Greek, Italian, Lebanese? Why didn't she get an Indian guy up there? Because she trusts me and she counts on me and she knows I have the God-given talent to do the best I can, and it doesn't hurt that she likes the soundtrack. It's not easy for me to admit my shortcomings sometimes, but I've learned a lesson through this, and it might help me in my own work and other disciplines, working with other people, to try to step back and kind of see what they're thinking about.